Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for stopping by. Say hello to the Scorpion EXO-XT9000 Dual Sport Adventure and Touring Helmet. Look, I gotta give it up to Scorpion. They have this. They also have their EXO-XT9000, which is their modular helmet. You can see that behind me. So this is a non-modular. But what I like about Scorpion is I always feel like they delivered helmets that are feature-rich at a good price. The EXO-XT9000, it's got a full carbon fiber shell, your DOT ECE2206, an extra smoke shield that comes included that is also pin lock ready, some other unique and cool features that are built into this for around $500. That to me is a fair price for the amount of features that you are getting with this helmet. I also just like the look of it. It's nice and aggressive. What I like too is that for those that want to go between, say, dual sport adventure to street, it's a very easy visor to remove. And then you can just put it right back on. You can swap the face shield out without having to remove the visor. So if you want to take the face shield off, put goggles on real quickly on your ride, makes it very easy to do that. Or if you just want to swap the face shield, if you want to put on the smoke shield, it's a very simple changing system to do that. So again, a lot of cool features built in this at what I feel is a very reasonable price. But if you are shopping for a modular helmet, check out the EXO-XT9000. I've got a full video spotlight on that as well. But just to give you a little 360 view here. So they have this in a white. There also is an all black carbon version that we offer as well. Like I said, DOT and the latest 2206 ECE standard as well. And like I said, the look of it's just nice and aggressive. If you're rocking this in a street setup, it's just a good looking helmet. And when you do take the shield off, or excuse me, the visor, they do have a plug for the top holes. So you cover those up, you're ready to rock and roll. So let's talk about the fit first. So like all helmets, we have our fit guarantee. If you buy any helmet that we sell, if you don't like how it fits, you can send it back to us in brand new, unused condition. We'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange to make sure that you get the size and the fit that is best for you. So if you buy a medium, you don't like it, send it back, we'll send you a large. Or if you want to exchange it for a completely different helmet brand, we'll do that as well. Okay, so first up, with the fit, so I try this on. For me, I'm a size medium. The fitment for me is true to size. Really, I haven't ridden in this helmet, so I can't tell you what the fit is like and the comfort for all-day rides, but the initial fit for me was good. I didn't have any issues there. One unique feature about the XT9000, and the AT960 doesn't have this, is inside here. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to see, but underneath the chin curtain, see that little red button right there? I'm pressing on that, and right now, I am inflating the cheek pads. So when you put this helmet on, you can inflate the cheek pads to get those to fit exactly how you want them to. And then to empty that air, there's a little button right here next to it. You can hear that air go out of it. So I think that's cool because normally when riders first try on a helmet, well, what I always recommend is take the cheek pads completely out of any helmet that you're trying on. You want to make sure the crown of the helmet fits you properly, and sometimes it can be hard to tell if you say you have really tight cheek pads in there. So take the cheek pads out, try the helmet on, put the cheek pads in there, but normally the first thing a lot of riders notice is how tight cheek pads can be. And so with this, it just allows you to fine tune that fit so you get them just how you want. So it's pretty unique. Again, I don't know of any other helmet brand that is doing that. So anyway, goes along with the fit. I think that's very cool. Very comfortable liner on the inside, very soft, moisture wicking, antimicrobial. You can throw this thing in the wash, you can hand wash it, just let it air dry when you're all done. But again, very soft to the touch, very cool feeling. All right, talking about the shell. Again, full carbon fiber shell. The one thing about this helmet that I will say kind of let me down a little bit is the weight, because when I see full carbon fiber, I think, oh, that's going to be very lightweight. Well, I weighed it, and a size medium comes in at 3 pounds 9 ounces. So where does that fall into other dual sport adventure helmets? Well, it's by no means the lightest, and it's not the heaviest. So like the Climb Kraus Pro, that's the heaviest dual sport adventure helmet that I've weighed, and that's just over 3 pounds. This at 3 pounds 9 ounces, there are other options that are heavier, so it kind of sits right in the middle. I'd say it's about average weight for a dual sport adventure helmet. I was just expecting it to be a little bit lighter than that. That by no means is a deal breaker, but again, something I was hoping for. But again, we talked about the shell shape. I love it. Let's talk about the venting real quick. So you have a vent right here on the mouth guard. That is, you can open and close that from the inside. Very easy to do so. And then the only other two vents you're going to see from the outside are up here on the top. So these, you just have open and close. Pretty easy to find. Again, just right there. Go past the visor, and then you can not do that. What I do like though, when we get to the inside, you'll notice that you have a multi-density EPS liner, and there are these massive channels that are cut through the whole liner to help air circulate inside the helmet, which I think is a great feature about this. Okay, what is nice about the venting though, if you want to consider it venting, is that you do have this chin skirt. And what's also cool is that it's a two-piece skirt, because if you had the helmet on, it would be kind of tough to reach up underneath this whole thing to get to that button to pump up the cheek pads. So they just make it to where you can just get your finger right there, pump that up, and then this chin skirt is very easy just to pop out if you don't want it in. All right, as far as the visor goes, so you got 3 screws holding that on. What is, I guess you could say, nice is that when you go to remove the shield, so this top screw, I do wish the visor was adjustable. It is not. It's in this fixed position. For me, we just did an adventure ride, and there was early in the morning, later in the afternoon, where I was adjusting my visor as much as I could. So I wish this was adjustable. That's personal preference. Some riders might not care that much. But when you do want to swap out the shield, you just give this a quarter turn, and the whole thing pops up. So that will allow you to lift up the shield, and I'll show you how you remove that here in just a moment. But what I do like though is, you hear that? I like that they give you multiple detents on the way up to leave this shield right where you want it to be. I do wish, so right now you can see that's the lowest I can get this shield before it wants to snap shut. My only gripe with that, and this is coming from just our rider experience here, is we like it when you can just barely crack the shield, so that way you get some airflow going in there. Like I said, the shield does come pin lock ready, which is an anti-fog system that works well. That will come included as well. You get that pin lock shield inside there. I just wish this would be a little bit lower, and because with this shield, did you notice that you do have the bevel at the bottom? That is one of the ways that they keep the price down on some of these helmets, is they don't have that fully flat shield. So with this, it's cheaper to make, but it puts this bevel right here, which is gonna be right in your line of sight if you're just cracking that. But aside from that, the detents are solid. I like too when it gets all the way open. It has a nice big detent at the top. That thing's not going anywhere. Okay, so again, that is the visor, and if you want to take it completely off to get this thing ready for street riding, all you would do is just pop that off under the 2 side screws. It comes right off, very easy to do. If you want to swap the face shield, and this is another, again, we talked about the value that Scorpion gives you, a smoke shield will come included in the box for this helmet that is also pin lock ready. So you get a clear shield, a smoke shield, and the pin lock anti-fog system all ready to roll. But to remove this, when I lift this up, and you would want, and this is where you would want to do this with the visor. If you want to remove it, you have a little arrow that's right here on the shield, and then right here on this mechanism. Once you line those up, you literally just grab the shield and pull it forward and pull it off. It takes quite a bit of force, so I did it one time, and yeah, you just grab here and you literally just yank forward, the whole thing comes off, and then you just slap the other shield on there. So once you've done it once, it's fine. So just know it takes a little bit of force to do it, but it's that simple. No tools required. You don't have to loosen anything. Just line up those arrows, pull it off, put the other one on there, you're good to go. And what I also like is with this visor, the visor in the up position, you notice that if you were to take that shield off, you have got wide open right here for a goggle strap. So you're gonna have no issue rocking a set of goggles with this visor on. Some of the visors you see on other helmets, they come down farther to where it kind of interferes a little bit with the goggle strap. This is gonna make it very easy to do that. In fact, if you open that all the way up, you could, if you wanted to, get a goggle strap underneath there. But I would say the easiest thing, just remove that entirely, you're ready to rock and roll. On the back here, you've got just the one exhaust vent. This is not open and closed. That's always gonna be open there. Not really a big deal because you've got, you don't have to worry about rain or anything getting inside there. But again, when I show you the inside, you'll see the giant channels that are cut into the EPS liner. All right, so last thing I do wanna mention on the outside of the helmet before we get to the inside is right here in the front. So we talked about the mouth vent. So right here, you actually have this little piece. So kind of hard if you don't have nails, but this piece is removable, and they include this flat plate, which screws in from the back, which gives you a flat surface to mount a GoPro. So if you ride, if you'd like to document those on your adventures, or for street riding, you like to have it there for safety purposes, whatever, It's nice that they give you a good location for that, because you could put it up here if you wanted to on top. I know a lot of riders, though, they don't like to have it on top for just aerodynamics and such. And so it's cool that they give you just a nice, easy, convenient location to slap your GoPro. All right, so that's the outside. Grab my helmet donut here. Take a look at the inside. You do have titanium D-rings. Again, they're just trying to lighten that helmet up as much as they can. So when I put this on, it felt pretty quiet. Again, I haven't ridden in it, so I can't vouch for how quiet this helmet is, or even how aerodynamic or how stable it feels at higher speeds when it comes to wind buffeting. But again, Scorpion, they do their research. They're gonna design this thing to be as aerodynamic as possible. But with your cheek pads, you do have the emergency tabs right here. So they're just giving you a place to grab to pull those cheek pads out. All right, so 3 snaps on each cheek pad holding those in. Like I said, very soft, very comfortable material there. You do have speaker cutouts right here on the inside for your Bluetooth comm system. And you can actually see this clear thing right here? Those are your little airbags for the cheek pads. So it's not inflating the actual cheek pad itself. It's more or less just inflating that little bag, pushing that cheek pad closer to the rider's face. All right, let me grab this other one here real quick and pop that out. Okay. Now, I'm gonna get to the comfort liner here. What is nice about the comfort liner, I'll show you this here in just a moment. So on the front here, you have these little tabs that go into the brow area. So there's no snaps on the front that would be pressing right into the rider's forehead. But what I do like is you have these 3 posts right here on that. Those go up into the helmet. You'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about right here in the front. We'll get a close-up shot of those. What I like, though, is that sometimes, and I've seen this with other manufacturers and their comfort liners, when you just have these little tabs in the front that are supposed to slide in there, it can be a hassle trying to get those to line up properly and get the comfort liner to go back in. With these 3 posts, it just gives you a nice, easy way to know it's in the correct position. Then you snap everything into place, so very easy to use. All right, so last but not least, we got to show you the EPS liner here. So like I had said, those are those big channel cutouts that I had mentioned earlier. You can see all the way through those to the exhaust vent in the back of the helmet, multi-density EPS. But what I like is that when you look at these, you know that your head's gonna be sitting there against a comfort liner, but they give a way for that air to flow through that helmet. So it's coming through those vents on top, circulating through that helmet and exhausting out the back. So again, don't see this type of EPS with many helmets, but you just look at it thinking, yeah, that's probably gonna flow a good amount of air, which I like. And that's it. That is the Scorpion EXO-XT9000. A lot of cool features. Comes with an extra smoke shield, both pin lock ready. You've got the, I'm not gonna say inflatable cheek pads, but you've got the little airbags right there to fine tune the fit of those cheek pads once you have it in there, and some other cool features that are built in. So if you have questions or comments about the XT9000, please leave those down below. We'll help get those answered. And to shop this, to grab one, click the link down below in the description or head to RockyMountATVMC.com. Y'all know the deal. We ship for free over $75. If you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest product reviews like this, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.